Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I just did a video. It just uploaded just now. It's a tarot spread I did. It's very hard hitting for me to do. It kind of put me in a vulnerable situation, so like I might be getting a lot of negative comments on there. I don't know. All I know is I just followed my gut, what I had to put out there. I forgot about this earlier. I don't know why. It was an epiphany moment I had at work today. Has nothing to do with the video I just did, but that one has been a long time coming. It needed to be done. But today I had kind of an epiphany moment. I'm trying to look for the page now. I just had it in my hand. I was watching Eris Witchcraft, and she was talking about her relationship with Draconis, and how she came to be with it and all that. The whole video, I was very emotional. I don't know why. It was so beautiful, and so inspiring. And as I'm listening to her talk about this, talk through the video, I thought about a dream I had, and then I'm like, oh my God, it's kind of like what came first, chicken or the egg kind of situation for me. And so I'm doing a video to ask you guys what you think, and in the meantime I'm just going to show some pretty cards. So years ago, and this is from the Animal Totem Tarot, I did edge it in this light blue to match the backs. It's beautiful. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So, I wrote a book about giving my daughter up for adoption almost 27 years ago now. And she's almost 27. The book was written like 6 years ago. It is on Amazon. I can post a link below once this uploads. But I told a story on my channel about a dream I had about her dad. And I would have it every 2 to 3 years. It would literally be every 2 to 3 years. But this was at the end of me writing this book and trying to figure out the ending to it. Right before I figured out the ending, I had seen her for the first time. She was 18. She was able to speak to me and talk to me, and so I started forming a relationship at that point. No, she was 20. She was 18 when she contacted me, but I think she was 22 or 23 at this point, because she was in the military. When we actually reconnected and talked, and I was in the middle of writing this book. So, yeah, that was about 5-6 years ago. She's almost 27, so you do the math. So she's like 21, 22 at the time. And I remember having this dream, repeatedly dream of, because her father wasn't a very good man. And I dreamed I would be climbing this staircase, and it would be this old rickety staircase, and it would be above a bar that was no longer, it felt very familiar, like I had been there, and it was in Boston area, which is where I met him, but I was too young to go to a bar at that time when we met, and we'd never been to a bar together, and yet this place seemed so familiar, like I knew it like the back of my hand in the dream. I would start climbing the rickety stairs that led up to his apartment. They were rickety brown stairs. They used to be painted white, and the white was peeling off. And then you get to this large white door, and the white door was like gross and disgusting. And I would knock, and he would answer the door in his wife beater tank top. And as soon as he like smiled at me, the scene would switch, and I would be chasing him through the streets of Boston with a knife. Either a machete or a butcher knife, some kind of knife, and I would be trying to murder him. For real, murder him. This dream started while we were still together, and that's the dream that made me realize it's time to go. It's time to cut the cord. It's time to go. I went through the process of giving my daughter up for adoption without he didn't care. And so I gave her up and moved on with my life. Once I gave her up, it was like the cloud of pregnancy fog had lifted, and I'm like, what are you doing with this loser? And I left him, and it was a very volatile, abusive relationship. And so every 2 to 3 years, after all these years, I would have this dream, and I'm like, why? And it's funny because I don't remember subways being in Boston. I don't even know if they've got subways, but I would be chasing him by the time I would wake up from the dream, I would be chasing him through subway cars, with a knife, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, and there's people on the subway, nobody cares, like, I'm like, this is crazy, and I would have it so often that I told my best friend at the time, this was 5 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, she's like, yeah, just don't ever go to Boston. Like, she said, if your daughter ever wants to meet him and reach out, she may ask you to go with her. Just don't. Because she felt like it was a pre-warning that I was going to follow through and kill him. Cut to maybe 2 months later. No. I had the dream again the year I finished my book. This was before I finished the book. It was like January or February, and I dreamed the dream again, but at this time at the very end, this time when the door was opened, it was an ex-friend of mine, and I'm like, what is she doing here? And then the scene switched to like this yoga studio, and they were together, and this old friend of mine also severely betrayed me, so it made sense that I put the two of them together. In my dream, but they were together and they were in harmony and they were so happy. They were married. They ran this yoga studio together. They were trying to bring me tea, and I'm like, what is happening? And I'm like, I got so angry in the dream. I'm like, how do you get to be happy? Why do the two of you get to be happy? And I'm still stuck here, stuck with this heaviness from how I was treated by the two of you. I didn't get it. And then I woke up. Well, as fate would have it, a few months later is when I met my daughter for the first time. We did a lot of healing from, things, and out of the blue, he contacts me. He had hired a service to find me. It had been 21 years at that point. Yeah, 21 years, because I kept saying, it's been 21 years. 21 years. And I got to say all the things I wanted to say to this horrible person for 21 years. I had finally come to face to face with my monster and was healing from it. And so then I was able to finish the book. I said it just felt like it come full circle, like I had to face all these demons to finish this book. And then I finished it. Self-published on Amazon. It's called Memoirs of a Birth Mother. It has my daughter and I on the cover when she was born in black and like sepia tones. And I never heard from him again. He did try to contact me a couple times, just kind of stir trouble up. And I'm like, you're like 50 now. You're grown. Like, calm down. And that's when I realized he's not changed, not one bit since the day I met him almost 27 years ago. It's ridiculous. And so I realized I have to let this go. And I let it go, and I realized, and it's funny because I didn't know at the time that this dream was what this dream meant. It was funny because back that same year in December, I actually looked him up on Facebook because he had contacted me through Facebook under a name of Edgar Allan Poe. And I'm like, what? Because he had been stalking me, knew I was writing, knew that I liked Edgar Allan Poe. So he did this whole thing under a ruse to find me. And I'm like, I don't get that. And then it was like, oh, I want to find my daughter. I want to connect with her. He never did. He just wanted to mess with me. Because he got her number. I gave her his number. he never talked to her. So that was sad. But my thing was, like December of that year, I looked him up on Facebook, and there, staring back at me, was the doorway, the same image I'd been seeing for 20 plus years in my dreams. The same exact bar. It was actually a nursing home, but an old nursing home that he had bought and was revamping. And I'm like, what is happening? But it was the same stairwell, the same doorway, the same door that I'd been having dreams of for the past 21 years. And he had just bought it. And I'm like, how is this possible? So I'm thinking, I let it go at that point. I'm like, okay, this dream was about this. It was basically a warning to me that I need to let it go. And I let it go. And then today happened. I have since let it go. I don't feel I will ever dream this dream again because, like I said, I've dreamed this dream every 2 to 3 years for 21 years. It's been like 5 years since then. I have not had this dream. So I feel like it's out of my system. I finally got to face my accuser, so to speak. And it will never surface again. However, today I realized through Eris Witchcraft's video, I was like, did I continuously have this dream because I wasn't letting go? Because once I let go, the dream changed. And like that year, a whole kind of big stuff happened. Like I had met my daughter. I talked with him after 20-something years. I got a lot of closure. I did a lot of healing from that part of my life. And it was almost like the dream knew this is the time or the last time it's going to happen. This is the last time you're going to be so angry at this person that it's affecting your life. This is the last time that you're going to be dreaming of this horror that's been plaguing you for 21 years. And I feel like today's epiphany was I continuously dreaming it because I refused to let go of that anger. And then when I finally was able to, in a place to let it go, it stopped. Like, did I cause these dreams to continue to repeat because I was too afraid to let go or too angry to let go? So that's my question. That's my epiphany moment I had today. I'm like, did this really happen because of me? Because I'm so stubborn. I refused to let go, and I love to hang on to that anger. Like I've said in a video before with my mother, we don't speak hardly. She's done irreparable damage to our relationship that will never be healed properly. That will never... That's funny. That's the last card. That's the reason I bought this deck. This Queen of Pentacles is awesome. And it's the card I pulled for my card of the day today. That's funny. And I did just shuffle it, so that's crazy that came back up on the bottom again. And I love her. Love her, just satisfied. Just pig in the mud. It's beautiful. But yeah, I've had that thought before with my mother of, you know, holding on to anger is just something that it will eat away your soul, even to the point that you don't even recognize yourself. You don't recognize what's happening. And I feel like, yes, I'm healed and the dream will never happen again. However, it was a realization moment today of just how hard I hang on to things, that I was causing my own pain for 21 years because I refused to let go of the anger. I was continuously living this nightmare again and again and again and again, because at one point it became my own personal hell nightmare because I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want to, I mean, I did. But now it's just words I say, not actual action that I wanted to so be able to do, because at the time I did. So that it blew my mind today. And if I'm making any sense, you guys comment in the comments below, let me know. But it made me, it's a sobering thought to think that I caused my own pain for so long because I refused to let go of the anger. And there's still more healing I need to do to let go of things, anger and betrayal feelings of not him, but my mom. There's a lot to dig into that. But that was my epiphany today. I thank Eris Witchcraft. I was tearing up on the video that I was watching of hers. I thought the video was so beautiful. And if I remember, I'll post it below, the link below to that video. But let me know in the comments, have you recognized, have you guys had this kind of moment where you recognized you were manifesting this? I was manifesting these dreams repeatedly because I was so angry. I refused to let go of it. And I realized once I was able to let go, the dream was gone, or it changed and dissolved into something else. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night. Bye.